Greetings and welcome back. I hope you are well, and I hope that your week gone as well as it can, and that you have a nice chance to relax, unwind here, and to get settled into your space and just enjoy a nice, calm, relaxing episode of our relaxed playthrough in Medieval Dynasty. Now on to year 6. As always, let's take a moment and relax in your space. Get really settled in, let yourself kind of sink into your space, let your shoulders drop, and then let's do our 3 breaths, remembering to pull all the way in, breathing all the way in, and then fill into that space just below your belly button and into the center of your body. And 1 breath in.
I'm so glad I settled down here.
And breathe out. Big breath in. Allowing your abdomen to fill all the way. And breathe out. And 1 last breath in. And out. Alright, I hope that you had a good week and that this can be a good time to relax into it. Things in the village are a little tenuous now. We had the arson, somebody was doing damage to our place. And we never caught them, but we've increased our patrols in order to keep watch. Not. Well, it is a great time of year watching things all come back. Watching the trees wake back up. Watching the flowers grow back. Everything just kind of comes back to life after the short death of winter. Alright, well, let's do some rebuilding after all the damage that was done. Wow. Oh, damage to things in this region. I wonder if it's worth just doing a better house for these people. Let's do a quick scan of a different area. See what buildings need repairing. And who we need to help out. Georgiana. Oh, the 2 Gs. They'll need a new home. And I figured why not? Wow, there's a lot of damage done. You know, as we wake up into this, as we come into this situation, it does give Racimir pause to think, you know, he's gotten away with taking out 2 bandit camps and his confidence has been high. Taking them down and being able to stay in the shadows and be unseen and having no consequences at all. Just taking all these bandits down has been no trouble whatsoever. But now, I would say that this gives a little bit of pause to him. A little bit of that, a little fear of mortality again, that idea that
all this delicate work
just not,
only for those crude to underestimate.
There's no, it's not, it can't just all be perfect, that we can't pick out these bandit camps and not expect them to do something in return. So that will spark a lot of thoughts about how do we make sure that we aren't vulnerable to them. Because we don't want to get raided. We had the year where it seemed like the bandits disappeared, and then you found a camp. It was great to take that camp out and be sure that they weren't able to come to us and cause us trouble here, but now, well, and to cause trouble in the villages. But then here we are. And our village has just gotten a visit from someone. It's either that or somebody within our village is the culprit, which doesn't seem likely, since why would anybody here cause such a trouble? But it does give one pause, and it does give Racimir something to wonder about. I think, is there something more we need to do? Is there something we've missed in this area? Hopefully there's not somebody in the area who's unhappy in it. It did see that there's one more, but that's Virgiana's, and yeah, that's home. We'll fix that. We can fix that rather well, matter of fact. Let's double check something here. Oh, field 7. How far away is field 7? You know what? That's a very valid point. I put all of my farms in a convenient location for making it look nice. I think we will have to fix that. Let's get them a better home. Here we are. Now I did want something in this walkway here. We'll make this the home that'll go here. And then let's get this started for a good way to start our spring out. Something fresh for these people. Especially after such a challenging situation. We'll increase our nightly watch. I think it's time for us to put some things in place to help out with that too. We don't really have anything that illuminates the town that well, so it's time to start thinking about that. It might also be time to start thinking about walls. Strong walls might be a good solution too. Although the walls are only as good as the guard, otherwise it's just a matter of having a wall. And the wall does not keep everything out necessarily. It just creates a barrier to things getting out. But having somebody come by setting fire to our places does make it seem like the bandits are in a spot where keep an eye on them. Racimir is going to be concerned that, especially with this baby, that this could be them trying to see what they can do. How much more fear can they put into us? Can they show us that they're aware of where we are? Which has always been a bit of a fear. That they would become organized and decide to come by. One thing I have to worry about soldiers, that's something well beyond our control. And unfortunately, far bigger than we are. If a group of soldiers comes through, we are not in any place to stop them. Bandits, on the other hand, nice to think that we can at least handle that. Who knows, maybe Sambor has some thoughts about that. He's pretty ruthless. Maybe he's got a way to take care of that. It'd be good to get advice from him. Because this is going to put Racimir a bit on edge. After all, it's our home. It's our idyllic village that we've been building up from the very start. We've had no concerns up to this point. Well, minimal. Now we've come into our own territory. Maybe we'll have to go on a search for them and put a message out to them and make it very clear you came into my village and you caused trouble. There will be trouble brought to you. Oh, this will be a nice house. I don't know if I want to completely tear down the old house, but maybe we'll give these two a good... There we go. Finish the inside and then... Now, let's move those two out of the old... There we are. That'll be good. We'll put those two in that place. It'll be much nicer. I think we can repair the old home, though. We'll need some more places for villagers. This isn't a bad place to have somebody be. Probably have to move this to a better location, but... It is a nice house. We've spent a lot of time building this one. And it does bring back memories of when Alwyn was here, and we had him helping out. That is something that Racimir misses as well. It's the idea of having those close friends nearby. It feels closer when they're here. And with our unfortunate event here, it doesn't feel quite as comfortable here. And it brings back that desire for security. I say... Now, I like the idea of having a farm stall here, just because it looks better. I think we're trying to keep this efficient. We should probably keep it somewhere nearby for everything. There we go. We'll do that south facing, which will do a little better for us. There. Okay, that ought to help our efficiency a bit. Better double check people can actually do the work. Let's get everybody out working the fields. And then we'll be set for this day. Perfect. Barn is in rough shape, so we'll have to get that back up and fixed as well. Wait. Didn't it say that we need to repair that one?
But usually the best ones live the shortest.
There we are. Alright. We've fixed things up after the damage that was done. It's time to think about how we can make this place better. Not enough technology. That's the one I want. I love lanterns. Now that we have wool, that feels really good. Any bowl would be good as well. We're not far off on this one, but I think we'll have to go here for a while. Alright, we have taxes to pay, and we have a lot to do. And, if we're learning from our mistakes, make sure we have plenty of water on hand. It's also going to be time to start thinking about how we can keep this village safe. Maybe we need to have weapons for everyone. Maybe it's time to start thinking about weaponry. Not really something that's been on Racimir's mind. It's kind of funny to that moment to go all the way back, full circle, coming into this valley after being driven out of his home. Fear of fleeing, the losses, then the encounter with the boar that left him almost dead, and the encounter with the bandits on the roadside. Rush of adrenaline from that. And then, for all the years of quiet, just fishing, relaxing and building, been quite disrupted by this event. But one thing that is different between then and now is everyone here. We now have a village full of people who are all in the same place. We're happy where we're at. We've come from situations that were challenging before this, and we've been working together. And at this point, arson, somebody coming by to cause us fear, the hope that they could do more damage, well, they were caught. We caught them in the middle of the act, and they weren't able to do as much damage as they were hoping. So in that, we can be grateful, and we can rest a little more confidently in the fact that we did stop them from doing more damage than they could have. So, we can't let fear win. Easy to let fear get the best of us. And situations can throw us. Oh, I left meat in my inventory, or the seasonal. Oh, that's right. I was walking around. I never got a chance to get everything. Unfortunate. No, let's go put stuff in the compost bin then. That was a lot of our deer meat. Oh, deer indeed. Oh. Here. That's a lot of rock. Let's make some fertilizer to start the season out. I might actually do the rock version. Alright, we'll get this good start going. This should allow our villagers to make good, efficient use of our field space, and then time to look into a couple things to decide if we can make more money by doing some baking. Is it worth looking into whether we can get baking done, or is it worth just converting everything a good amount to flour? We do have to sell some of the rye just as rye, because we still, we envision that as our way of contributing to the ale production in our region, the rye beer production. So for some of it, we'll just leave it as is, just for the RP aspect of it. We don't have to. It's better if you just turn it into flour, then you can make more money. But we're doing this for the funds. All for the funsies. And I hope you've been enjoying the update. Being able to plant a tree has been a lot of fun. I just love being able to move stuff, as you already saw. Just move the farm shed from one spot to another. It's so nice. And I love that they still pay a lot of attention to the game and make sure that it keeps getting improvements throughout and through and through and through. And then for us here, I'll finish up this process here. We'll go do something to make some money before we head into town. Okay, now we're actually digging into the actual stock. And let's see. Yeah, moment. And we'll come back. It's not that far of a trip. And let's make sure we get all of our things put in. And back out we go. Now I saw that they're doing a contest. They're having a storyline contest. They're giving people through July to share their medieval dynasty story. So I hope you all are doing something for a story to share. If you're interested, I'm curious what you choose to do. I'm excited for that, just because it's a nice, fun way to keep things fresh and active. And I appreciate them engaging everyone in that way. It's a lot of fun to see that happen. Alright. Oh. I'm curious. Lots of misclicks. My apologies. Let's see. What can we say? Ooh, kitchen mark 2. Nice. Ooh, rye bread only sells for 27. That's really not worth it. Oh my, the prices on bread have gone way down from what I recall from back in the day. That being the case, I don't know if it's really worth it to bother with any of those. Yeah, it looks to me like a whole lot of these things aren't really worth the money anymore. It really is all here. Ooh, wait a minute. In a smithy mark 2 we can make iron weaponry? Oh my goodness, we can have armor. That's... Oh, wait a minute. We just can't make iron tools, but we can make iron everything else? That's puzzling. But I mean, I'm not complaining. I rather like the fact that I can build these cool things. Ooh, 2 leather and 2 iron bars. That's good amounts of resources there. We may have to go find us some iron. Now the problem is we won't... That's going to be expensive though. That's going to definitely be expensive. This is going to be really fun to get. Trying to figure out where we're at for something. What can we do to make money? This is not a good money. Those are very expensive. Can you believe it? Okay. Well, it looks like the sewing hut is still the best route at this point. I'm going to drop that spear off because we don't want to have our spear in the wrong place. Which is to stay away from where we are. And I'll try not to step in the fire. In Sengoku Dynasty, every once in a while I'll step in a fire because I forget that it does actually hurt you. Your poor thing will be on fire. Alright. Well, we have taxes to pay. We have a year to start out. We have a lot to consider. And this house rethink the organization on, because it's not how we're going to leave it. Ooh.
The threads got entangled again.
Get a couple things set up here. And make some resources that we can bring in to sell. We'll go sell some things off and make some good money here at the start of the season. Still have my winter gloves on.
My uncle had been building his house for 10 years. I wonder how much time it would take him to build a settlement like this
like
one.
a normal pace, but we make things much faster, it turns out. Frederick is 1. That's awesome. That's a lot of fun. And it looks like we're okay with these. Alright, I think we're in a good spot for all things. 3, 6, and we can make this is where we'll have to be. And we'll make a number of hoods and we'll take those in. The only problem is all the time it takes, but it'll be worth it in the end. What we really need is we need a number of workers who have higher production skill. But since we're playing this on a casual level, it'd be nice to find a way to get them better off. Otherwise, just have low skill people for a long while. And that can be what it is. Not too big a deal. We don't need to make millions. We just need to make enough to enjoy the time we've got. And isn't that really what it's for? Just nice and casual. We'll keep it on the simple.
I don't want to be lonely anymore.
Oh, I know, right? Yeah. So we've been walking around and trying to find people worthwhile in the settlement, but there haven't been a lot of people standing out. Have you met anybody? Is there anybody that we can bring with to here? Traveling people, people from the old village that have been wandering around. We'll keep our eye out for you. Either we can find somebody for you. And as we get closer to finishing up this part of the project, we'll have to rethink some of our organization in the village, just making it look nicer. And we'll get some, I want to make sure we have some cash on hand, because I do want to buy some of the decorative seeds from our vendor in town. It'd be nice to make the village look good. And as the village improves and goes, we'll have to think about how we're going to put walls around it. It's a building at some point to consider it protected. And let's see what we get here. This will take us quite a while. And for this part, we'll just kind of hang out and make some simple hoods. These go for good money, which is not bad. Nice to have something that's easy to make, something that Racimir can actually do, something that his hands have had a little practice stitching, and something that keeps us making some cash and doesn't require us to have a lot of time put into it. And it's a good way to start a day out. Gives one time to think about the way the different threads of the village weave together, the way the different workers in the town help each other out, and the way that even if there's a missing stitch or something goes wrong in the process, we can go back and fix it. And we can be sure that we find where the problem stitches are, pull them, cut them, and can rethread. Or if there was somebody in the village who was the problem, we could figure that out.
How's the king? Any gossip from the herald?
Oh dear. I haven't seen the herald yet this year. It'd be nice to see him. We want to keep doing our quests for him and make sure that we're expecting ourselves to get a name here. We want to make ourselves famous. We've already drawn the attention of the bandits in the area. Now we just need to draw the attention of somebody higher up who's got a little more say. thing wants to... Well, another thing that wants to take our money, right? Kings and bandits. All trying to collect our coin. Kings, Castilians, and bandits. It's our little space, though. And it's going to be worthwhile to do a little scouting. So today, Racimir is going to do a bit of scouting.
Sometimes I wish we could turn back time. I'd make you mine.
Whoa, I think maybe we spent too much time in the sewing hut. I appreciate that, and flattery will get you nowhere. Well, flattery is sweet. I appreciate that. You know, it's good that you appreciate us, but we'll find you somebody good. Don't you worry. Alright, let's head into town. It's already late. What a day. We'll get Mokash on this. We're gonna head into town, get some of these things sold, and then scout that mine in the north. Well, not the north, but across the way. And we're gonna keep some things on hand. Because I have me an idea. Do I want to bring the axe? We're good. Bronze shears. This isn't bad. We'll sell a couple of these. Although these are worth way more. It's a good thing we have a good amount of copper ore on hand. It's nice to see that we're doing well there. Firewood, black seeds. We can take care of that later. Not in a bad spot. Not in a bad spot at all. We'll need to make more food for the animals pretty soon. Oh, and I need to process the rye. That's gotta happen. It can wait. Strange deer figure. I do get a kick out of that. And the wheat. We will process that wheat back into flour. That'll be worthwhile. Matter of fact. Get over here, gosh. Don't be slacking. Let's get the wheat done. This won't take us that long. And we'll say it's a cold start to this spring. Still reminding us of winter, still holding in. And maybe part of it is that it feels like there's that reminder of what happened at the edge of winter. It's just a reminder of this, the fragility of things. Agility. Right, let me pronounce things right. And we can't allow that to drive us. So, convert our wheat. Just what's on hand. Yeah, we'll go all. Now, I don't know if I want to be found out and about on the road lately. That's a good way to get oneself killed. So perhaps this first day, we need to be more mindful of what's around us and what we need to do from here. Day goes by fast. There you are, Mokash. About time. What took you so long walking up in here? I think you intentionally took that amount of time. Darn donkey. Taking your time getting here, you're probably trying to slow me down and make sure that we don't go too fast in the day. We make sure that we're taking our time. And perhaps that's the wisdom. Perhaps that's the wisdom we need, is to take our time. Go a little slower and make sure everything's ready to go. It does take a while to load up a proper shipment of things. This is a proper shipment from our village, perhaps. This will be the first time it's not just me going into town casually saying, "Hi everybody, I've got our shipment of rye back." This is much more. Not only are we bringing a collection of hoods, not only are we bringing a significant shipment of goods, we are bringing not only the rye that we're used to bringing, but we're also bringing flour, bake with, We are bringing a lot. Tell you what, we will take the time. Because one of the ways a new beginning has its best start is by being sure that it's been planned and processed well. If we rush into things, it won't matter how much good intention we have. We can throw our efforts into the wind, wildly throwing energy everywhere and not getting anywhere. We'll make sure that we do everything patiently, be sure that we've processed everything right so that we know we come out of this, we're coming out ahead. By taking the time to be sure that we've done this right, and having our village set for this entire season, we will come out of this even better. Alright, and the plan here, finish up the rye grain. It's going to be a long night, but it's also going to be a night where we're going to walk around the village, and we're going to make sure that there are light sources. We are not going to allow people to be able to walk into our village unseen, cause trouble. And it feels different. It's been a while since we've just kind of sat around here, taking the time to get this all done. Every spring is a great time to process the rye. This is how it began, always taken back to this moment. And this isn't what Racimir remembers from his farm life. Rye was not the go-to crop of it. Their crop was built just for keeping a family going. The priorities for mom and dad were just to keep the family fed and ready to go. At least that's what it seemed to Racimir. But there was always an extensive field of wheat, and that never came to us. And it always made him pause and wonder and ask, why do we have such a large field of wheat if we don't bother making bread from it? And the answer would always be, because that's what we need to provide. And there was always an agreement, and it was something that Racimir hadn't fully understood when he was young. There was always an agreement that even though their farm was far from things and wasn't a very major part of the village that they lived near, they were still, in some part, a part of that village. In some ways, they were a part of that village, and their contribution was being sure that the baker in town had ample supplies of wheat. And a lot of what Racimir knows of how to process rye comes from what he learned from that. Wow, that's a lot of rye grain. Well, we're not going to just do all of this. Now we could convert it to flour, but again, the whole point of this is that we do not. We're not doing this all just for the min-maxing for the money. Look at all that straw. We should definitely do some more stuff with it. Alright. As I see a shadowy figure in the distance. We definitely want to make sure we have you carrying the most you can, Mogash. Alright. Where is that? Where is our schematic? It's time for us to build that standing torch. Now we will, of course. Oops. Too excited for that. There we go. Let's go make some clay bowls. Sticks are easy to come by. I don't like the standing torches. That's just a recipe for disaster. It's getting late. We don't want to stay up too late before the next day, but we also need to be sure we're actually taking the time to make this place great. And also make sure that we have something up so people can see where they're going and see who's wandering. Although it does make one wonder, we're putting all these bowls out here with fire in them. Are we just giving the arson somewhere to pull fire from and cause more trouble? Ideally not. Do look forward to having lanterns. I think the lanterns will be much better. And in this game, that's my favorite thing. It also makes it feel like a proper city. Per bowl. That's going to put us in a spot where we have 10 And standing torches. Oh dear, it is getting late. We were planning on scanning the area. We'll have to turn that into a trip on the way home. I wonder if we should bother talking to Sambor. It'd be nice to see his perspective on all of this. I surely imagine that if we can get on his good side, that he would put the fear into the bandits, that's for sure. A torturer, how crazy. So bizarre. Thanking the Lord and his adventures. Our adventures aren't as grand as his, but the people in this village, they're plenty grand. Right. Let's make sure there's a nice lit area for her shop. See a bit of a distance up here. And as we get into our village and our walkway towards resource storage, so we can see a little point here. And as well, whenever we get to a crossroads, it's always important to have something. In due time, we can tear these back down. Now, that we can see. Common area. Put on that one. And then let's put one just outside of our home. And our resource storage going to the fold. Good to have something so we can see our way. Yeah. Right on top of the hill, so it's easy to see where we're going. And the hunter's hut, good thing to have available too. We'll need a roadway that leads up to this area in due time. Looks nice. Doesn't quite light up the area like I was hoping it would. Start though. These fires alit are implying that there are eyes available and eyes looking at all times. Oh, there we go. He's on patrol. Anything as of yet? Amerigo is on the job. Very focused individual. Had a long day. A brave throw. An overconfident throw, that's for sure. And well, you can see a lot better when you're underwater. So that's some good old-fashioned night vision at night when you're underwater. That'll take care of that. Lucky throw. And let's have ourselves a meal to finish this day off. It's been quite a day. That's where we're headed. Into the mountains tomorrow. What's up, Amerigo? You keep a lookout. Thanks for taking first shift. Let's get some rest. We won't have a clear mind if we don't get good sleep. And there we have it, the Daisy. I hope she enjoys. I'm sure she does. Daisies from her ragdoll. The day. Time time for us to get going. Was the watch clean and clear? Nothing sighted? Good news. I'm curious of something. How much do these sell for, and how long did they take to make? $160. My, that's not bad. We're gonna have a proper shipment of things. Let's bring these with. Nice to get rid of some straw too. I'm seeing all that straw that we have. We're gonna figure in this is a good way to get rid of some. Although a thought occurs. Better clothes. A light hat. Whoa, that costs a lot. I think we'll just stick with the basic hat. Also, I'm not sure Racimir has the skill set to be able to make that, so we'll leave that go. Make a few hats, and we'll head out on the road to get this shipment in. We have rye to deliver, we have flour to deliver, we have some clothing to deliver from Redville. Arrows were where was the original plan. And that hasn't panned out. It's turned out that those arrows tend to go for us, and that's about it. Sewing is definitely a much more efficient way to make money, at least for us in this game early on. While we're out and about, we'll see what we can do for finding a partner for our friends here. We have far too few men in the village. There we are. There we are. Ah, did forget something though. Which is pretty standard for me. That's a beautiful mountain over here. We have a great area. Daisy. Beautiful. Time to actually get ourselves decked for the season properly. Yep. Buddy, there we go. We're set. Traveling gear on. It's time to get into town. Everybody's ready for work. Place to go. So let's go. We checked on the fields. Beetroot? What the? What is... Huh. In the summertime, that's bizarre. I don't know why I have just a little quick thing of onion there. Forget that. This one I do remember we did want to make some. We did want to have a field so we could have some that were not just all flax all the time. It might be nice not to just do flax all the time. Otherwise we don't get a balanced set of meals. So far we've been eating mostly just what we hunt and catch. Bird. Raven. We get a lot of crow, it turns out. Alright, it's time for a rest. Curious if we have any weaponry that we can sell. Do we have any arrows that are available for us just to sell off? Stone arrows. Those are not worth anybody's time though. Alright, let's go. Recurve bow is set. I'm equipped on that one. It's time for us to put in the crossbow. Alright, let's go, my gosh.
Giddy up!
We have quite a journey ahead of us. We can go by Danica fast, and then we'll go into main town. That's where we can pay off our taxes, and that's where we can get some of these new decoration items too. Just have a little extra coin on hand too, to keep our building technology going. I wouldn't mind getting some mining done before the end of the season as well. Alright. This gentleman, he'll probably take a couple hats and a decent collection of rye. And always available for hoods. We've got a growing family.
Only the best products here.
Couple hats for him. I managed to bring some bulls with. He's not going to want a lot of rye grain, but he's convinced that we have special rye grain. And I'm not going to stop him from believing that. So we'll sell him. Well, 200 rye grain's not bad. It is. We've cultivated these. And we've
Take care.
raised and we've bred these rye to be the most effective rye seeds that there are. Sure. I mean, there may be something to that. I'm not going to stop him from believing that. But I'm also not convinced that's exactly what's been going on. We just have a much better area and we know how to actually tend a crop properly. Alright, where is this book?
I don't get why.
There you are.
Hello
And we have flour for you.
there. Goodbye.
Hold on, I left it in the donkey.
Fish wine and I'll give that a try.
There we are.
Whatever you need.
I know you are a fan of baking, so there you are.
See you soon.
Now, did anybody wander into the area who's worth talking to?
Travelers sometimes get on my nerves. Always taking the seats.
Oh, you know it. They always get the best seats, that's for sure. He's got good diplomatic skills. I swear these are his last season. Alright, well, you keep on keeping on. We're gonna head on up. Alright, well, time to get on the road.
Every village is a bit different. How are you?
Tell me about it when we head back to Gustovia. We'll take the nice, safe route. Seems quiet out here. Villages seem rather quaint and quiet. I don't know. Something seems amiss. A fisherman. Interesting. Oh, and the decorations man is not here. I can't buy any cool things.
Oh.
How are you doing? I know what you're ready for. You are ready for a massive shipment of rye grain. And here's a couple hoods to keep you warm. Hold on. I need a donkey. Supposed to pull the cart in, Mokash, not just sticking on the outside of the wall. I know it. Always carrying too much. It's the life of a donkey. Wow, we're able to hold quite a bit now.
I'm an experienced traveler, but a shy one.
I do love how they put their humor into this game. It is a lot of fun. Alright, there's your shipment. And I'm glad you enjoy. And it turns out that the rumors have been spreading that our rye seeds are the most fit and that we've done a perfect breed. So now he wants to buy a collection of rye grain, so a couple hundred grain for you. Then we'll have to find another place that has... Here you go. You can have some of the flour.
Do. See you soon.
To help you with your baking habit. And of course, our local cook,
Hello, my wares.
who's also looking for flour for baking. We can buy some more clay bowls, why not? And a couple hoods to keep warm. Oh, a couple hats.
Hello there. Have a nice day.
And you as well. Actually, our farmer friend back here could probably use a few hats for the people working the fields as well. I wonder if they miss all one as well. How's it been without all one here? Ooh.
What do you do? See you around.
Yeah. It's, so his immediate statement was, it's been nothing but trouble since you've taken him away from here. He is the fastest worker I had and the hardest working person, and there was nothing but trouble since you showed up. Yeah, fair enough.
I
Hey,
only
friend.
the best products here.
There, you can get some of these hats. And to stay warm in the winter.
I believe we have so long.
Alrighty. Oh, now we still have some more things we can sell. Better pay the taxes off before we get too far ahead of ourselves. Unigust. There you go. I think we're good now. Enjoy. I'm sure you will. Still a petty thief. Just under law. How about that? Now we do have... If the other village needs anything, I can't keep making Mokash and I carry around all these goods. Well, then we'll go ahead and sell everything off and be sure that we're set. Not far away from Sambor. It'd be good. Take on that quest real quick and let him know the situation. I mean, he is a ruthless individual. He'd have some advice for us. But I need to get in the mountains. This is going to be a day of travel. Yeah, friend. Hats for people to be wearing. And there's a hood.
Have a good day.
This area is not going to take on a lot of shipments. We'll have to head to where they have a tap. I didn't realize you were a guest here. That figures, though. Everybody loves Donkey. Mokash is fast friends with everyone. Okay, we'll put that back into your shipping bag. And then let's get out of here. Beautiful area. They've done rather well here. Ooh. Lovely wall. That's very cool. Very decorative. Not very secure, though. It's time to just go to Sambor. Let's do that. Alright, Mokash. Something happened. Oh, darn it. Well, let's check and see where our two smiths are at. Maybe we can't get that a little higher. Let's do that, though. Ooh, those are not necessary. Let's get that going. 1 per day, I'll be fine for that. The axes are by far more important. And we have a lot of fishing spears. I think we can slow down on that one. There we go. Alright, buddy. Let's go. As I recall, this roadway tends not to have bandits on it. There's really nothing for them this way. No villages to deal with, no... well, to deal with. To steal from. And no... not many travelers this way. Just Sambor. And I'm pretty confident that the bandits leave him be. Maybe we can take advantage of that. Maybe we can offer them some, for them to see that he's a friend of ours, and that maybe they'll just leave us be if they know that he is attached to our village. At least in some sense. I don't know what he wants from us. It can't be anything too simple. I mean, him. Here. Oh, wow. We need to get the arrows equipped. Where'd it go? Make sure we keep our eyes open. That's not the wolf. Uh-oh. I've lost track of where it is. Getting the swampier water here, that ought to do some good for us. They don't tend to want to wander here. Unless out of desperation. Holy cow. Man, that was a heavy hit from that thing. Got a few nips on us, and it got some nips on poor Mokash. Better head back into Sambor and see what we can do to get tended up. Oh, God, it bit my leg up. It scratched me up a terrible bit. Alright. Hopefully Mokash is okay. This area is treacherous. Sambor, how do you live out here? Well, that was a close call. Alright, you're looking for me. Yep. But what do you need? You want me to find an owl? You live in a forest with wildlife. Making me insane. Alright, tell me what's going on. Can't see because the bird it hoots and hoots you. Oh boy. You say you live in a hunter's lodge. Oh, you just kind of showed up. You do mind me asking about that. How do you buy your meat now? I don't see anybody keeping any animals. Oh, I mean, late. Vegetables and grains, wow. You did some things in your life, bad things, and then, okay, yeah, so now the sight of meat's a little different. Alright, let's hear it. When our ways parted, he made a promise, no more violence, no more blood on my hands. But if you're getting on my nerves, I might revoke my promise. What do you think of that? Excuse me, dear Cyril, I have an owl to hunt. Oh god, how am I supposed to hold a bow after all this? We'll say that Sambor sees our wounds and helps us out with it too, because there's no way he's gonna let us this injured. Hear it. Alright, well. Oh, that wolf really ripped into me. This tree? You're open. Wait. What the? It doesn't sound like it's coming from a tree at all. Hey. You're not an owl. Hey, what? Go away, I'm working. What do you mean working? None of your business. Oh, I believe it is my business. You see me getting attacked by a wolf, you can tell I'm on my last threads here. I will end you, buddy. I don't believe it is. You're the damned owl. I have no idea what you're talking about. You even know what you're doing? Easiest coins in your life, that's all that matters. Yeah, well, I've been sent to kill this noisy owl. Trying to threaten me? Not at all. It's not me you should be afraid of, but my employer. Man, who's that supposed to be? Sambor. Well, I don't know any Wait, did you say Sambor? That is right. Listen, man, I don't want trouble. Just hired to come here from time to time to pretend to be an owl. I had no idea. Bossing your boss, I'll leave you back. Yeah. Let's see here. Just tell me who hired you and I'll be on your way. Walrat. Lives in Tutki. That's all I know. I believe you. And go ahead. You better not come back again, buddy. Get out of here. And I've got no patience for you after you ripped by a wolf. Still haven't even found that wolf. Oh my god. Oh, poor Mokash. Are you okay? Alright, Sambor. Done your duty. Took care of your owl. Is it dead? It's gone for good. I know this will sound mental, but it wasn't really an owl. It was a man hired to pretend to be one. What are you talking about? That's absurd. Yes, I know. I know. He was hired by a warlord. Do you know him? Son of a bitch. Oh, good. I'm glad you're happy. He's one of the Undying Fist. Was he really? They all seemed to say he was in Tutsi. Not far. Family sending donkeys. Oh, I know. Because he would always... He was always an S. Well, that's great. I love your puns, sir. And you will, because you deliver a parcel. Let me guess, a knuckle sandwich? No, a real gift. Okay, what's that? A surprise. But you need to come back later. I need time to prepare. Come back tomorrow? Yeah. Great. Right. Well, Mokash, you're not injured. That's good news. I need you to get me home. Oh, busted. I don't think we're going to be able to take that trip in the mountains in this shape. I need somebody to help stitch me back up. And don't ride too fast, Mokash. It hurts. Good thing that we know how to sew up things. We've used our cloth. We'll have to say that our shirt, I'll say that my fine tunic has been ruined and we've ripped it apart. And we've used it to tie some of the wounds. And Sambor was less than generous in how he liberally applied ripping our fine tunic to shreds and using it as a way to help tourniquet us and support our injury. With that, a wolf just seemed to have come out of nowhere. I didn't even see where it went. It was here and it was gone. Oh, another reminder of the dangers of the valley and our own mortality. Arsons, wolf attacks, and a challenge. We're gonna need to recover. Oh look, an overturned wagon. No need for that at this time. It's time for us to get home. Now what we'll do is, I'll just leave this, I'll use the tunic from our storyline here. We'll just leave the tunic as, I'll put it as a decoration in a home so that we don't get the money off of it. I'm not just going to sell it and say, oh, we get the cash as well. We'll just use it as like a decoration.
How is life treating you?
I could really use that ride to Danica. I'm in no condition to keep riding on a donkey here and there. Right, let's go, friend. We'll have to wait to do the tavern drive, maybe till tomorrow. We need to rest at least a bit. What a challenge. I had a wolf showed up out of nowhere. And of course my instinct in the game was to jump and cause it to have a harder target. Obviously, Racimir wouldn't have been able to do that. But running towards the swamp to make it harder for it to travel with us was a good move. And I will have at least thrown it while Mokosh ran off into the swamp as well, distancing themselves from it. Now, when we get back into town, we'll have to do some light duty work. We're in no shape to be able to do anything heavy. Tripping in the mountain, we'll have to wait till tomorrow. So some time to heal. Oh, yeah. Here we go. Fine tunic. Let's be a decoration now. A reminder. And with that, we'll say that for the rest of the day, Racimir will rest. And for us, I'll just go around and we'll do some decoration. So, we say here, Racimir rests. I won't be able to do any actions for making things, we'll say. But what we can do is just kind of expand here. Because people here would have probably taken the time to decorate their own areas. And I do want to rethink how this area, it just looks kind of weird. I kind of want it to face the other way. Yeah, let's put it, oh, I see. And the part of the problem was that this was the window for this house. There we are. I would like this to be a different type of wall. Seems silly to have a window right here on the edge. But I don't want to force this person out of their house. We'll wait till the end of the day so it's not productivity time. Okay, now that looks better, but it also does seem silly that they have to walk all the way around their house to get to it. But I mean, it's not that far. It's a nice little pathway here, isn't it? Alright. Well, this gives Racimir time to recover, gives us a chance to just do some decorating. We don't tend to get a lot of time for this. Here we are. And a lot of this would be handled by the villagers themselves. And who wouldn't want to have a nice walkway? Goes by our lakeside. There, how about that? That's a good little spot to have. Now, who is next over here? Let's see here. That's a lot of space between these two. And I don't think those trees will stay. Maybe we'll move this house a little closer. Ooh, if only we had these trees gone. It'd be nice to have it right about here. I hope you don't mind that I'm going to get rid of this tree. just want this out of the way so we can move this. And we'll take a little time just to do some work around here. That's right. Take that tree. And since we're doing this for all the decorative effects and not thinking about this as Racimir doing the work, he is getting stitched up by his love and just recovering now. Gives us a time to get this done. Don't want it to be too close to our neighbor here. How about that? Let's go right about there. It may not be a lot, but it feels tighter and it feels a little better when it's that way, right? It feels a little better having it closer. You think? No, we got these two to go. I think it'll be better if we push it back just a bit. I like the idea of having a front area to decorate for this one. I gotta get used to my coordination for which tools I put on which slot, don't I? There we are. Not getting a lot of spruce tree saplings here. Well, what a close call with the wolf. Oh goodness. My heart was a-racing. I'm going like, oh no, that's a bad end to the season. That's a bad end to this whole playthrough. It's eaten by a wolf on a trip to visit Sambor. That would have been a complete bummer. There's obstacles there, huh? Well, there are no obstacles right there. Perfect. And here we go. Nice. A road. It is not a road. Good. There is definitely a road over to here. And, let's see here. I think we could fit another home right here. That'll have to be for a tomorrow thing, right? There we are. Let's just watch the sunset. That's not something I've ever taken the time to do. That's nice to do. I want a quick walk. Actually, before that, seems odd that we wouldn't have a walkway going this way. We should have a path now. There's been enough traveling on this particular part of the village. There would naturally be a trail going this way, right? That's the wall. In due time. As I recall, there's actually somewhere up there that we can't build. We'll get to it in time. I imagine that we're going to have a walkway that goes out to the center here. Then, this way. Now that can work. I'm not sure what I'm going to put here, but I think this is a good spot for us to fork the road. And there we have it. Oh, nicely done. I didn't even realize I was that close to that roadway. It went nice. Good. Okay, now that we have the reference there, these were just reference points. There's still obstacles here, huh? Go. Now we'll have to see what we can fit in this region. Okay, that's that. And that's all we'll allow ourselves to take care of, because we do have to imagine that Racimir is down and out right now. These roads could easily be worked on by people in the village, so we can say that that's how that got done. And just for us, let's make sure we head to the water see our night sky growing through and showing up. Has been a beautiful spot. And our lovely wife will have brought us plenty to drink while we're recovering, but we will definitely need to recover. Pretty wild to have that happen in this episode. A lot of building, a lot of crafting to make sure we had the money, and a lot of the organization here. Alright, y'all. Thank you for joining me. Glad that we still have our series going. We're pretty lucky.
Hello!
You look awful. What happened? Yes. Patch you up. You've been
Have
healed.
a
Oh
good
my
day.
gosh. She insta-heals us.
Oh.
So there we go. And that's us getting healed. And then we'll rest through the night. And then I will see you next time around. Take care.